Yes, guys. So today, after the explanation of the concepts behind pointer program, I thought let me just explain the 14th experiment in your CPS lab. This is based on the concepts of pointers. Here, we are going to develop a program using pointers to compute the sum, mean, and the standard deviation of the elements stored in the array of n numbers. So the formula goes something like this. The standard deviation is given by square root of summation of x minus mean whole square by n. So to compute this, the first thing that we need to find out is the mean. After computing the mean, we can find out the summation of x minus mean whole square, and then divided by n. Finally, we can compute the square root of the entire term. Okay. So to begin with, let me just share the online editor with you. Yeah, so this is the online editor that we have been using to explain the program execution. So the problem statement is like this: develop a program using pointers to compute the sum, mean, standard deviation of all elements stored in the array of n real numbers. So it says, clearly it says n real numbers. So we are going to create variables of type float, and then we will use that for finding out the standard deviation. So 10 elements we will consider. As I said, we will use pointers here: mean, standard deviation. Then we will use sum is equal to 0.0. Then sum of standard deviation. We may need even this. Okay, and integer I comma n. Okay, so first thing, we will accept the numbers in the array. So I say slash n, enter the number of elements. Enter the number of elements. Okay, semicolon, scanf, percentage d, scanf percentage d, ampersand n. So I'll accept the total number of values that I'm going to accept in the array. So enter the numbers. We'll just say enter the array elements. And of course, since we'll be accepting n elements, more than one, I cannot just use a scanf statement. Rather, I have to embed the scanf statement within the looping construct. I'm going to use a for loop. Let me initialize it to 1, I less than equal to n, I plus plus. Okay, so this will accept n values. Equal to is not required. So this will accept n values. Okay. Now, before giving you the demonstration of the program using pointers, let me use the array itself. I'll show you the calculation of standard deviation using arrays, and then we will get back to the pointer usage. So if I want to find out the mean, I use another for loop here. So let me calculate the sum equal to sum plus e of I, right? This is the array e of I, and we close the bracket. The flower brackets are not required here, but then since I'm going to convert this into the pointer variables, the program that contains pointer variables, I may require one more statement here later in a later stage. So I'm using flower brackets. So this is how we calculate the mean. Mean is nothing but the sum by n. Now I will calculate the summation, that is xi minus mean b whole square. So how do I do that? So I need another for loop. In a for loop, I will be now summing it up. Sum std equal to sum std plus power. So I will be using power. I am supposed to find out x of n, rather x minus mean to the power of 2, right? So to do that, I'll be using power of a of I, individual value, minus the mean, right, comma 2. Okay, so semicolon, let me close the brackets. Now I have to find out the square root of the entire term divided by n, right? So std, the new value, sqrt sum, the sum, previous sum that I've found out, sum divided by n. So this should give me the sum, mean, and the standard deviation. So sum, let me print this. So I'll say sum equal to, sorry, percentage 0.3f and comma sum, right? Okay, now I'll put a slash in here, let it print in the next line. Similarly, I'll print the other two values also. What are those? The next one would be mean. Here I will say it is mean, and finally it is the standard deviation, which is STD, standard deviation. Here I'll say STD. Okay, so okay, so now I have implemented the program without using pointers. Let me just check this out. Okay, let me just check this out. I have still not used a star PTR in my program. I have to use one more header file. If you remember, I am supposed to use another header file. This header file is nothing but math.h, because we are using several mathematical functions, the square root and the power, right? Okay, now let me run the program. Okay, I missed out equals, is it? Okay, is it? Sum equal to sum plus, yeah. Okay, let me run the program. Yes. Maybe 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3. Enter the elements. So this is A of I, right? This is A of I. I've not changed it. Okay, now I hope that it should work. Percentage, where is it? 16, right? Okay, now one thing that we need to observe, A of I is a floating point value. So let me just stop. I want to stop this. Let me just make it f, because it's a floating point value. Anywhere else I have to use f? I think no. Okay, now I think it should run. 5 elements, 1, 2, 3. You can give real numbers also. Okay, so this gives us the sum, means, and the standard deviation. Okay, it is right. If you just add 1 to 5, the sum is 15, minus 3, and standard deviation is 1.414. You can also manually calculate and cross verify it. Now let's introduce the pointer concepts here. A is an array. Now I will now store the starting address of A into PTR. A is an array, so A holds the address. Okay. So wherever I'm using array A, I'm going to replace it by the pointer variable. So star PTR. Okay. So first time star PTR will be pointing to the first element. So you calculate the sum. Second iteration, you need to add the second element. But how do we fetch the second element? PTR is pointing to the first element itself. So to increment the pointer, we say PTR plus plus. So now the pointer moves to the next location of the array. So if the starting address is 2000, now PTR will, after incrementing PTR, it will contain 2001. Okay, that is the first change that we do. Now here again, we need to again store A into PTR, because by the time we have computed sum, PTR will be pointing to the last element of the array. It goes on incrementing one by one, and it will be pointing to the last element. So we need to reinitialize it once again. And then here we need to use PTR. So here again it is star PTR to fetch the values within that memory location. And then here PTR plus plus, this is also required because every time we are going to increment the pointer value here. So it should have the next memory address of the element. So we'll again increment this. So now it should work. Let's run the program once again. I'll give the same input. Obviously, I should give the same value, so it is working fine. Okay, so let's continue with the pointer topic. The advanced concepts of pointer topic from now.